And I quote, guys, I'm gonna tell you, I'm saying this, I'm reiterating this verbatim. This is exactly how it was said when it initially happened. This was over 20 something years ago. Listen, all I remember is it was 6:20, between 6 and 7 o'clock in the morning, but it was after 6 o'clock, but wasn't quite 7 o'clock. Okay, all you heard, you know how it's levels to falling asleep, but it's also levels to waking up. And I quote, "That's it. That's it. The wedding is off." Then you hear maybe like 8 seconds go by. As soon as you hear the front door open, fucking hard, and slam the fucking door shut. Boom. Guys, Pisces, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I'm eccentric RockStar'Seed, and I have another intuitive message. The coffee has warmed down, but my energy has not warmed down. Keep in mind, take what resonates, leave what does not. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So, our Rab, forgive our sins and excesses, establish our feet firmly, and give us victory over the unbelievers. Surah number 3, ayat number 147. That was my father freaking out. Anytime he feels crowded, he starts freaking out. Too much air can manifest as emotional or physical unavailability. Unethered from the present moment, a shadow of this energy is being ungrounded or aloof. A scattered personality or chronic indecisiveness could emerge. When we lose or when lost in the cerebral, life passes without ever connecting. However, in its glory, air is open-minded, moving, and progressive. It's considerate and able to see different perspectives. The key words, you guys, I want you to remember. The energy is objectivity and logic. The shadow of what I just described is detached, abstract, emotionally distant, and aloof. The experience through that is about thinking, learning, networking, sharing ideas, open-mindedness, seeing a broader perspective. So what I just reiterated from you is something I saw my dad. I heard that my dad did that to somebody, okay, a long time ago, when he felt like his space was crowded. The point of it, okay, but take my dad and everybody out of it. The point is, you got one energy that's being overly aggressive, overprotective, and clingy, okay, or just trying to persuade and manipulate the person to see what they're doing from a broader perspective. When the other person is like, hold up, bitch, hold up, bitch. What did she say? Hold up, shorty, hold up, bitch. Please don't touch, look at my fit. That motherfucker was catching flights, not feelings. He was headed out the door. And he made sure he got his hit back where he felt disrespected. He made sure he waited till he got all the way to the door so you can't crowd him. It's like something with the other energy was so overbearing and aggressive through his personal experience that he had to run. He got his hit back, but he ran at the same time. What did the person say to offend him? I don't know. But he felt offended first thing in the morning before he went to work. Nonetheless, but this is somebody doing this shit to their partner on their way out to work. You see that? That scattered ass energy. This is about hurt and heal. This is about massive spiritual bruising. When you see Chiron, that's a planetary placement, okay? And how you find out what your sign is in that is about your Lilith moon and your shadow side, basically. How you deal with hurt and heal is about bruising. You dig what I'm saying? Somebody just needs air and they're forced themselves they're in a karmic experience and they're trying to survive through it. They in survival mode while trying to have their way at the same time, which is a huge backfire because you shouldn't have put yourself in that situation. Okay? Karma bites. But this card, the planet Chiron holds your deepest spiritual injury. It illuminates where you feel innately challenged, spiritually injured, and hopeless. So this could have stemmed, this could have been the person you could be with, or the person, you could be reflecting on surviving that personally, Pisces. Or you know somebody who's going through, you're watching somebody go through what you already survived. And you letting this person learn for themselves that while this wound never leaves you, you gain freedom from its grip through self-compassion and empathy for others. Okay? But through this experience, you become the teacher of wisdom. You become the wounded healer. That's what you're supposed to get out of it. So the energies is like your deepest wounds and the teacher of wisdom. So first you got to address the wound to be the wounded healer, to become the teacher of wisdom. So there's levels to this shit. You mean I got to peel the Band-Aid off? I can't suppress it with something else? Nope. This is what Pisces is here watching from afar. Okay? It's a spiritual injury, but it's also a healing journey where you develop empathy and heal others, self-acceptance. Yeah, I was sexually abused as a child, for example, but it does not define me. You're working through that. You could have grew up to be non-committal or struggled through abandonment issues or your parents telling you you ain't shit or watching your parents fight. A lot of spiritual bruising. What is your greatest spiritual injury, and how can you identify a common thread between that and the situations that have caused you the most anguish? You dig? Do you have an unnameable or dorming trait within you, a dooming trait within you that you consider a fatal flaw? Like, I saw my mom and daddy do this shit, now I do this shit. I saw somebody beat my mama, now people beat me. Fuck all that. Or you're doing the beating. With self-compassion, you're called to explore that shame. And once you do, you practice owning it and even loving it for how it shaped your character. When shame releases its hold, you're left gloriously whole, like completed, perfectly imperfect, radiant, and wise. It's like the way you rise above this pain and develop self-acceptance and empathy, you're able to see that other people are just hurt too. We're trauma bonded. This person had to remove themselves to see that they are trauma bonded with this person. And they're meant to be the teacher of wisdom. And what's more, wearing all those bumps and bruises with pride invites others to do the same. So if somebody got a fucked up ass walk because they got their knee blew out because their partner was jealous and now they got a weird ass walk. It used to be you could have had crooked legs. Like people like that bow-legged swag as shit. Like they just walk different. They got a different air about themselves. And then their jealous partner saw how the women look at them, like, or the men, or so the man saw how the men look at the women. Oh, she got them crooked ass legs and shit, and he blew her fucking knee out. Now she walk weird. You dig? When you're at peace with yourself, your gaze softens. Like you're not in soldier mode. You invite others to wear that shit with pride. So, how healing it is for another to be seen in their entirety. You become a healing force, and your wound is now your superpower. So they can't clown you for your walk no more because you own it. Let's see what comes out for Pisces. Somebody knocks your teeth out your mouth. You wear that shit with pride. And I'll give you an example. You see how Chrisean Rock doesn't have her front tooth, but she was in a previous fight with somebody, not a man, but in a fight with somebody, and she fell. Nobody can say that they knocked it out her mouth, or they would have been saying that. You dig? Seeing that Chrisean loves to beat the shit out of people. You dig? But she was in a fight, and she fell and knocked her tooth out her mouth. You see what I'm saying? And you see how these entertainers are taking shots at this woman now. These men are now taking shots at this woman. I saw it for myself. Although it was funny. They meant to be funny. They meant to be harmless. But they are really taking shots at her man by taking shots at her. That's what they're doing. They're clowning the shit out of her man by taking shots at her. That could be a thing. That's significant for somebody. Conjunction, a union, merging or coming together. That talks about we're not going to be trauma bonded together no more. Okay? I don't want to be merging and coming together based off of previous trauma. Capricorn, ambition, realism, and methodical steps. Saturn rules Capricorn. So that karma, that karmic debt, so something about karmic debt. Okay, but it's also about your public image and your persona, your reputation. You know how that is. It should be of high importance, of high priority. And there goes Saturn. Okay, feel restricted, experience struggle, and learn how to work through that, or establish a strong work ethic through patience and hard work. You're either going to have the pain of regret or the pain of progress. You're going to have to find a way, a healthier way to move past the things that were the wounds that were once inflicted on you spiritually, and the wounds you're inflicted on yourself because that went undealt with. You were just not healed enough upon interacting and networking with other people or other forces. Libra, consideration, fairness, and harmony. And that's going right under the spiritual bruising. And then Libra is all about justice and fairness and diplomacy and harmony. And there go the moon, conjunction, a union, merging, and coming together. The moon talks about satisfying emotional needs by nurturing yourself and others. Who said this was what I want? Okay, we got water right here under Capricorn, I'm sorry. That's about spirituality, emotions, intuition, and compassion. Nobody really knows the truth about why these two came together, is what I heard. When I'm looking at conjunction and the moon is clarifying the union merging together, be mindful that your intuition is telling you that something ain't really something was never really right with that. But we don't really know everything. So you're called to be mindful. Or the person who's in a situation like this is like, your intuition is telling you this was never quite right, but you don't know everything. Everything is not as it seems. And then you're looking at the ambition. What's clarifying the methodical steps is water, emotion, spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. Somebody abused somebody's love for them, or somebody's emotional well-being. Somebody abused it. An already bruised spirit is being abused by way of emotion and methodical steps, by way of spirituality. Okay? But this person still has a heightened intuition. They still understand that I don't know everything, but something's not quite right. And then you have house 4, which is about, what is that? Cancer. Because you got Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. So you got 3 cards here that's talking about Cancer energy, that has Cancer energy all over it. Okay? Cardinal energy is about instigation. When you see cardinal energy, it's a little bit about beginnings and endings, and they meet somewhere in the middle of that. So it's about cultural and family roots, home, peace, and comfort, security. And that's under Saturn. So feeling restricted and experience struggle, learning hard work and patience. Somebody is so determined, or has been so determined, to ground something with someone with the methodical steps and ambition and realism that it's going to take more than just me and my blood, sweat, and tears to solidify this motherfucker into my life. And what's on the bottom? Pluto. Transform. Now there's an answer for that too. And under that is opposition and balance, a point of tension, and a power struggle. Tell it. And then you have Jupiter. growth and expansion. Somebody that values their freedom. Okay. And then you got eighth house, which is transformation, karma, facing fears. But so Pluto is Scorpio energy. House 8, that's the space of creativity. That is the space of creativity and growth and expansion. I'm not going to see my full potential or my success in this situation. It's too much of a power struggle. We're just way too different. We're just way too different to make it make sense. Saturn. The experience with Saturn is when you feel inadequate. Where do you feel inadequate? Where you experience oppression. Where are you experiencing oppression? Where you learn persistence and self-discipline. Someone has been working hard to dominate and humiliate somebody when they just want to explore life and be adventurous and travel to foreign spaces, a search for meaning, like a spiritual evolution. Like that's ninth house energy, the growth and what you believe in and what you seek to share. Somebody's constantly stepping out on this person because they're not emotionally fulfilled, because it's too much of a power struggle. Okay. The moon, like I said, is like your emotional responses to life and how you nurture yourself and others, the psychic revelations, the bone knowing intuition. I can feel it in my bones. Your experience of that feminine energy. But the energy around the moon is like your soul's inspiration, your memory about the past, a sense of home, a security, a mother. So the leading card, like the Libra, that Libra energy, that diplomacy, that fairness and just, I married the wrong partner for some, or somebody's trying to force me into marriage somehow, some way. Okay. This person is trying to narcissistically bind themselves to me. Somebody is deeply, deeply bruised. Okay. Deeply wounded. That is not acceptable. Okay. That is not the act of a friend. Okay. Because you're looking at the eighth house here. You're talking about facing fears and death and rebirth and transformation, that profound change through intimacy, power, and control. Somebody believes in putting roots on people. That is their ancestral line. Somebody believes in that. You dig what I'm saying? So my spirit can be free. Somebody needs to free themselves from past karma due to politically incorrect. I say politically incorrect because this is stemming from it's root work on an ancestral line, but somebody derives from an ancestral line that does root work. Okay. The energy around Pluto is the karma, the buried secrets, the survival, the taboo, the forbidden. You can't defend yourself with root work in a room full of politics. They don't believe in that. European way of doing things is political, where the African and Indian cultures are more eye for an eye. They don't believe in that breaking the law. Okay, you did something to threaten my security. I'm going to put root work on you to counteract that. This is what I'm getting. You dig? The opposition is the politics versus the root work. May the better man win. And then you got religion in the mix. Okay? You also got some sacral energy. Who put the jinn on that person's sacral chakra? Who did that? With this water energy right here, that is like emotional. Water has a way of swallowing paradigms, such as time and space, revealing the divide between all things deemed separate, the things that are taboo. Okay? Someone is drowning in their emotions. They're very overwhelmed and overtaken. They are taken aback about how emotionally inclined they are about this thing they've been trying to get on top of for years. They don't realize that with the Libra card, there's been a diplomacy, meaning there's been a justice, there's been a third element, and that's the religion. But the root work is the religion of certain people. Okay, they rely on themselves. And then you got the religion of the people who rely on God. And then there's the politics, the laws of the land. So there's no way to argue this. It's like you're fighting with three different swords here. These three swords, like the three of swords, is three different opportunities to win by any means necessary. To prove I'm wrong, you got to show me you're right. So there's been a diplomacy. There's been a something that was done wrong, or someone who's been spiritually done wrong. Something has been made corrected by a combination of two of the three. So it could be politics and religion, or root work and religion, or root work and politics. Put it where it fits. A loss of self, escapism is the shadow side of this water, this emotion, this overwhelm of emotion, trying to win with the ambition. This is not somebody who operates from an emotional space. They have a sick heart. And it's a reality. The reality is the verdict is in. You see what I'm saying? So it's all started with a healing journey. And this is and somewhere along the healing journey, someone is making sense of all the spiritual injuries where you're starting to develop empathy to heal others and self-acceptance. So someone wants to know boldly, Pisces, why don't you judge me? Do you think I'm a bad person? No, because you've already survived what they're working through. Somewhere in your interaction with someone, or them meeting you and being immersed in your energy, it taught them how to tap into their emotional well-being. The satisfaction of emotional needs is what they're getting from you. The union and the merging of coming together has satisfied their emotional needs. What I'm getting is somebody is healing the mother line, or the root work put on the ancestry line, the maternal ancestry line. Something with the mother, because the moon is Cancer. Cancers are motherly and nurturing for themselves and others. And they want to thank you. So somewhere in your action, somewhere in your interaction, there was a diplomacy. There was something made correct. And now someone else is overwhelmed with emotion, because when that root work has nowhere to go, it goes back on the person who initially sent it. You see what I'm saying? I have to take my time and explain it because I don't want to confuse nobody. Okay? But the shadow side of this cardinal energy, which it would be your Cancer, your Libra, your Aries, your Capricorn. These are all cardinal signs here, except for the 8th house, Jupiter, and Pluto. Jupiter is Sagittarius, so that's mutable. Pluto is Scorpio, so that's fixed. But the inconsistency, the lacking of follow-through. Someone had zero follow-through because they were operating from their shadow side when they met you. They were ambitious, okay? They were emotionally unavailable. They required way too much space and opportunity to stay in that shadow side. They wanted to stay there. It's an initiator. Like I said, instigating energy is cardinal energy. That's initiation. They're trying to forge a new path. They're trying to step out of their comfort zone. It's like they were using their strong traits. I mean, they may have been operating from their shadow side, but they were using those traits to instigate trouble. It could have been troubling for you, but the only reason why it's not troubling for you, Pisces, is because you already survived all of this. You saw this happen. You already worked your way through the experience when it happened to you. So why did I say something about the element of air? Or something about logic, objective, okay? Something about thinking and learning, okay? And there, the air sign out here would be your Libra. but from a cardinal standpoint, a place of diplomacy. Okay? You argue both sides of the spectrum. Okay? But there was a power struggle, an imbalance, and you help somebody overcome it and realize why there was a power struggle. They're starting to sit back and reflect now based off of your objection with the Libra card here. With the fact that you allow somebody space made them learn to love you harder or better. Okay? Because you have Pluto energy here. It changed something. It changed something in this person that was karmic. That involved you help them free, you've helped free them, whether you want to look at it that way or not. You help free them from a karmic connection, from secrets. You help them face their fears. You help them through profound change, through intimacy, and they regained their power and were able to control their overwhelming emotions. They're head over heels in love with you, but they do it in such a manner where it may come off a little crowded to you in the beginning. Once you reconnect or connect, or when you have connected, okay? This person knows all about rituals. So they were in a space of, you can't be a player and hate the game. So they're all about ritualistic acts. So if somebody did that to them, they were diplomatic about it. You dig? And if they initially interacted with you by way of exploration, you see what I'm saying? And you took a stand about it, or just showed them this is the correct way to do things, they couldn't even disrespect it, okay? Because they were operating from a space of adventure. So now there's no follow through. Now you're showing them no follow through. You're not giving them any follow through. It didn't initially start like that. They could have met you with no follow through. And now you're not following them. Now that the table's turned, there's been a justice without no root work, without no politics. So what are you going to say? That is the religion of Adam. Kind of took its toll on the whole experience. Now everybody could do nothing but just laugh. Something about laughing. I don't know why I'm picking up on laughing. I couldn't do nothing but just laugh. Remember, I guess that's from what I'm picking up on from the very beginning of this reading. I couldn't do nothing but laugh when I heard my father snap like that. Like he felt so restricted and binded to this energy. Like he felt trapped. Root work. You dig? What else do I want to say before I close this out? Somebody wants to thank you for all your contributions. Somebody is thanking you for your contribution, because they're now speaking from a past tense situation. It's like, when I look at how all this played out, I could have, how do I say it? How do I want to say it? This could have went an entirely different way, but what it did was initiate freedom, because it freed me from pain and fear that I kept hidden, and the deep connections that forced. The deep connection I have with you, Pisces, is what the person is thinking and saying or feeling. It forced everything that was hidden, that spiritually bruised me. I had to deal with that. Uh-oh, excuse me. Oh, you're a master communicator. Somebody's a master communicator. I hope you like, share, and subscribe this video, because I have to take my time with this. It has some funny points, but it's from a serious space. The Two of Cups. Seeing where we were bonded stemmed from a space of depression. Somebody is not one with their depression. I'm not friends with my depression. I'm not friends with anything that has caused me hurt and bruising and just disrespect all the way around the board. I'm not friends with that no more. Because that's the overall tone. It's the Five of Cups. It's all that regret and remorse, or somebody is forced to look at themselves differently now because the root work had nowhere to go but back on the person. Everything they wished on other people. The Six of Pentacles. This is somebody who is not a player and hate. I can't be a player and hate the game. See that Six of Pentacles? That is reciprocal energy. I know I didn't show up right. I showed up as a slickster, and this is earth energy. You know, meticulous, manipulative energy, calculated energy, and ambitious energy. You see? You dig? I can't do nothing but just laugh at this person. This person can do nothing but smile because somebody has a great deal of admiration and respect for you for how you do your thing. Their thing was a little different, but you kind of smarter than them with the way you do your thing. Ace of Wands, that's the truth. Three of Cups, I can't do nothing but just laugh because it's harmony. I'm happy. At least I'm happy. Okay? I have emotional fulfillment. You and this person could just laugh and talk all day. The Nine of Wands could be the person that's tripping because this person is in a different energy. Something was alchemist. The Pluto was here. When you see Pluto, you see alchemist energy. That is the alchemist side of Scorpio. It's something that's karmic that needed to be dealt with. It gives an X-ray vision on the complacencies that we have, whether it be our career, our relationships, yourself, like different lifestyles that we try to grow complacent in. Makes you take a deeper look at why you're trying to be complacent on this particular person, place, or thing. What is the spiritual backing and the hidden emotion? You dig? There's so many elements and layers to it. With the water energy here, there's many layers to it. Like you got to think about the root work being done, the religion being practiced or not. Okay, because we have free will. Who's depriving me of free will? Why would I be attracted to a thing like this? Why is there a place of normalcy in someone I know for a fact does root work on other people? So with all due common sense, they did something to me. Your intuition is telling you, sir, I don't know everything, but I know it just don't feel right. Not at the core. 10 of Wands. Next to that, 9 of Wands. This went back to the initial sender. This is a return to sender energy. The Four of Swords. Didn't I say something about air energy? The Four of Swords is retreat and calling a truce. It's like it matched that Pluto energy, that power struggle. Like you're gonna fight by yourself. And they go fight by yourself, the Five of Swords, the cursing of the tongue. Yeah, it made you feel real good when you was disrespecting that other person, but what happens when I have nothing to say to you? You're met with military silence. You gonna argue by yourself. Strategically, someone quietly left a situation and left the person to argue themselves. This person may have resorted to root work or have been doing root work to keep this person present in their everyday life, or at least in their environment in some way or another. Whether they did root work on their finances and tied it to them, like they're tied to them in some toxic, depressive, manically depressive way. You got the Five of Cups and the Five of Swords. You dig? And the Nine of Wands. It's like, I wish a person would. You got me fucked. Like that's the good fight. I'm tired of being taken advantage of, or they're just used to getting their way. Sometimes people hide behind religion, and it really is a storefront. It's a fabulous cover. You don't know the root work that they're doing to obtain success. The Three of Pentacles. Root work or collaboration. I just want to work on myself. This person has to go from working on other people to get what they want, or attacking finances to get what they want, manipulating the energy to working on themselves. They're forced to look at themselves. I'm going to put that Three of Pentacles on that Nine of Wands. Somebody sitting all alone thinking about all the shit they did. The rise and fall of something. This gives me Tony Montana, the rise and fall of Scarface. Seeing how he was emotionally out of whack. And nobody really understood what moved this person. I'm not saying he did like trickery or anything like that. All these cards flipped over. And this is the Six of Cups. This is past life soulmates, past life experiences. This person has been battling this out for many lifetimes. Or I've been trying to get close to my person, the right person, but always met with the karmic experiences because it's something that spiritually hurt you from many moons ago. And then you got the star, which says the grandchildren on there is like whatever caused you distress or was irritating your nervous system or just deeply interrupting your nervous system, having you show up a certain way, could be explosive, impulsive. You're met with ease and peace. Whatever was a distraction before is not no more. Like you're met, it's like you got the grandmother hands and the grandchild hands. It's like you're met with gentleness. So you turn somebody out without using the pussy, Pisces, is what you're saying? This is pure survival. Watch Jamil Peterson. If I say that, sometimes I'm talking about Jamil Peterson, his YouTube channel. And then they go to justice. They go to Libra energy I picked up on. The justice card. It's like, whatever you did to earn this, man up about it. You dig? Or there's some kind of diplomacy that's in place to correct and make everything correct. The Ace of Pentacles. Somebody was doing root work on somebody's business or finances. That's being made correct. There's an opportunity to have better in a more healthy way. A piece of the pie. The Fool. It's really just adventurous energy. That independent self-exploration energy. The old me is dead and gone. I kind of matched that Pluto energy I was picking up on. That X-ray vision of what needs to go. The complacencies that have been put on me, the restrictions that I put on myself. You need the ambition to go out and do it. Mother of Knives is the Queen of Swords. It's somebody who's educated, the self-education, the feminine energy, something with healing the mother line. I heard my mother was very smart and very intelligent when it comes to this one thing. So somebody could have learned that in their mother line or their ancestry line that their mother could have been the one doing root work, and she put karmic experiences or put her family and her lineage and her descendants on a path of karma based off of her acts and stuff that she was doing. And she could have died by that. She lived by it, died by it, kind of thing, that energy. And on the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Swords. That's the truth. So the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords is here. Somebody, what has been inspiring this person to operate from their shadow side derives from spiritual bruising that stems from the mother line of their ancestry. You dig? Let's keep going. And underneath that Ace of Swords is the Ten of Pentacles. Okay? How she led her family out of darkness. She was ambitious. She was logical. She took methodical steps. She was smart. She was intelligent. And then the moon is here again. You see the moon card here? You don't know everything that's going on. You didn't know that something, you knew your intuition was trying to tell you something, but you didn't quite know what it was trying to say. And then what's under that? The High Priestess. Okay? And the Six of Swords. I wonder if she really is resting in peace. Or traveled. This is the Six of Swords is moving away from arguments, because the Four of Swords is here to retreat, to get away from the Five of Swords. To get away from the Five of Swords is to move to calmer waters. I wonder how she's doing. Okay. Shuffle for Pisces. You're watching somebody go through this. The Queen of Pentacles. We got the Queen of Pentacles. That could be you, Pisces. I feel like that's you. Moving to calmer waters. Or healing your mother line. and what was done to you. You feel like something was done unjustly to your mother. Your mother line or the ancestry of your mother line was cursed severely, and you got an idea of who did it. Because a lot of things that you could have witnessed or heard about doesn't quite add up to be religious or politics. It has a lot to do with root work. So you're opening your eyes. It's something about taking the rose-colored glasses off and getting real. And why you're so spiritually bruised, and why it's not just you, it's everybody. You're chosen to take a different path. You sought clarity, you sought guidance through religion to get away from the root work, and that's hidden and backed up by politics. That's deep. Now you're watching somebody else go through it, and you have a lot of empathy and compassion. Most people are judging this person for being a disaster. Like, this person fucked up. This person got to get their shit together. This person's all over the place. Blah, blah, blah. You can see it from a different perspective. You have empathy and compassion because you know, because you've been through it. You healed. You addressed the issue head on. So you're able to show up in a different kind of support and a level of friendship that can't be matched, because that Six of Cups is on, the Six of Cups is on top of the Two of Cups. This person know you, okay? It's something about you bringing a lot of peace and provided optimism through diplomacy, through fairness. You help people see things from a different perspective. I'm so proud of you, Pisces, because it just really speaks volumes about the place and space that you're speaking and acting from. I really am. Now somebody's feeling dumb. They feel rude. This is rudeness, apathy, and disrespect. So somebody doesn't think too highly or too kindly of you because you sent somebody's root work back to them without even touching them. Seven of Pentacles, root work. You reap what you sow. Somebody planted seeds. On the Emperor. Now this is masculine energy. Okay? But it's a lot going on in this card. Like, how did you achieve success? This is a combination of achieving success through all three of the things I just named. So somebody's mother could come from wealthy men or became wealthy, or something they did to make the men more wealthy. It was something she was doing for herself, but she was trying to set it up where her sons or the men in her family obtain a higher status in society, is what I'm seeing, is what it feels like. But when you live by the code, you die by the code. It was mysterious how that even happened to her. So I don't know if it was rivals or competition or somebody at the cursing of her. Okay? She could have had jealous people around her, and she was doing, if anything happens to me, she was trying to counteract some bullshit. If anything happened to her, my sons will be straight. The lineage. She could have got this from the masculine or the father. Her father could have been like that. And that's where she got it from. But another message, the biggest message I get is you're watching somebody with empathy and compassion heal their ancestry, heal their spiritual bruising. They're seeking wisdom. They're becoming the wounded healer, like you became the wounded healer. And they're going to obtain their status, going to raise their status, both in religion. Something about religion is playing a factor. Get away from the root work, get away from the politics, and establish yourself as a leader or a bigger leader. It's something you free, you help somebody free themselves. That's what I got from all of this. You help somebody free themselves from bondage. And now somebody's mad, trying to curse you or throw the root work at you, but it ain't getting to you. That's not going to happen. You're protected. You're under a different umbrella. So hopefully this person, all you can do is pray for them. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.